And we're back with game number 2 in this best of 3 here on Beyond the Summit. You're watching the G1 Champions League, brought to you, of course, by myself, LD, Ed Winter. And we just watched Rattlesnake get absolutely dismantled. Winter, how you doing?
Yeah, that game was totally a disaster for Rattlesnake. It started from the beginning where the Darkseer didn't take advantage of the first few waves of creeps where he could have ran up and get some levels, to the point where the CM and Morphling couldn't do anything to the lifestealer, where he was coming up to the lane to just leech levels.
Was useless versus the lifestealer.
And the Bat Rider failed his first gang when he got his dagger at 10 minutes.
And that was pretty much it. Jungle Bat, so your lanes are weaker. CM, not going to zone a lifestealer out of lane. Darkseer was level 2 when the lifestealer was level 5. They horribly lost their off lane. They didn't really win their safe lane. And then the Jungle Bat didn't pan out. And of course, mid lane, you're not going to win that. Queen of Pain versus Clockwork. At best, you get an early level 6 on Clockwork if you're Cabo. You try not to get denied too much. But it really felt like just a loss in terms of draft and lanes. And then, well, some of their team decisions certainly were not well advised. But at that point, they felt like they didn't have any other options, somewhat understandable. And now we're looking into game 2. Rattlesnake focused on the future. Of course, if you're just tuning in, if they lose this game, they are 4th place in the group. If they win this series, which means winning two games in a row in the best of 3, then all of a sudden they are 1st place in the group. So Rattlesnake, obviously a must-win game for them. And when they see a must-win game, they say, we're going to go for the Nyx Assassin. Who can blame them?
And Juggernaut. Nyx Assassin, Juggernaut, Shadow Demon. If they were to run this as the tri-lane, or they could also opt to run the Nyx Assassin as a solo mid, either way, their lanes are very strong at the moment. They totally went back from what they did the last game, where they had weak lanes due to the fact that they were greedy. They want to run a Bat Rider jungling and a Darkseer off lane. But this game, no more shenanigans like that. They just want to go strong lanes.
And LGD banning out the Shadow Fiend this game, so I mean, we've seen in the past that some teams, I think it was Zhou who played that safe lane Shadow Fiend, and you can really dominate an off-lane Magnus if you have a decent start. So
yeah, and VG Gaming as well, CTY.
So LGD may be suggesting they want to run this Magnus as their off-lane, run that DK as the solo mid, or even the safe lane farmer. So I think LGD is looking to be a little greedy in their own right, because off-lane Magnus is greedy. I mean, there's no two ways about it. That's a very greedy way to run it.
Anticipating that Rattlesnake would run aggressive tri-lane already because of the pickups they have, the Shadow Demon and the Juggernaut. That's really very strong tri-lane, and if you don't use the fact that you have these two heroes that are so strong in the lane, and if you run it on the safe lane, it's just going to be such a waste of their heroes.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, and I mean, if they could get away with the Magnus as that off-laner, LGD won't be in great shape. As long as they don't lose the tri-lane horribly, as long as they don't lose the tower early, doesn't really matter if the lane goes poorly, because Yao will show up with his RP if you ever try and dive, and he'll turn the fights around. So then, once he hits 6, once he has a TP, you can't be too aggressive.
Yao Mag. Yao Mag.
I say the Yao Mag. I mean, we'll see if he actually is the one playing it this game. But whenever you see LGD, you see Mag, you say Yao Mag.
It has to be Yao Mag. There's no excuses for not giving Yao Mag.
No excuses. So, an interesting ban here from LGD.
It's like Navi picking Invoker and just giving it to Hovos instead of Dandy.
Arsard Invoker. Well, not anymore. Not anymore, I guess. You just never expect to see that. Although I'm sure his Invoker is quite respectable at that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Queen of Pain will be the choice again for LGD.
It's going to be a safe lane Dragon Knight. And lane dominance as well. Magnus, Queen of Pain, all very good heroes in the lanes, and Leshrup. So LGD has swapped from being the dictator, director, controlling the game, towards the game style, which I would say this game style is more favored by IG and teams like Orange as well. More of the lane pressure heroes.
I feel like IG is a little more aggressive than these picks, but yeah, it's a similar style. I mean, you have heroes who do well in the lanes, you have a strong mid game. If they want to go smoke ganking, they could even pick up a Rubik here as their last hero, and he's also great against Nyx Assassin. We've talked about that many times here on the stream, of course, well, your Telekinesis Lift doesn't do damage, so it's great against Spike Carapace. It's also a nice setup for Leshrac. I think a Rubik would fit LGD perfectly as that final pick.
Yep, I have to agree totally. But there's still a lot of other options they can go for as their support hero. They can go for they can go if they want to be greedy, they can go for Rasta, so they can have a very strong pushing lineup.
They have a strong pushing lineup, but they don't have to resort to pushing. So, I mean, it really is open what they want to do.
And Rubik would be the standard Chinese pickup. Like they want to be stable and they just go for something that's generally very useful. And Rubik, there's a lot of good spells to steal this game. Call down, Omni Slash, any of the Nyx Assassin spells would be great for Rubik.
Here's the one thing with if you go Shadow Shaman, it really weakens your tri-lane a lot. He won't do anything against that Rattlesnake tri-lane.
Yeah.
And if he gets caught,
that
he's
was
dead.
The old LGD draft, probably they would do it. But seeing that they are focused on more, Long DD has been picking for more lane dominance hero. I think Rubik is just going to be something he's going to go for right now.
Yeah, let's see what he does pick up. Rattlesnake, they go for Gyrocopter, a hero who I have... Bane, a very decent laning support, a good setup for Leshrac, and a tanky support, a hero that won't die quickly. So,
Yeah,
I like that.
Fiend's Grip is going to be very good to hold down the Jug and the Gyrocopter in the fights.
So they now have two ways to deal with BKBs, plus they have a Dragonite who can be rather annoying with this Frost Dragon if the game goes late enough. LGD has some good late game. They also have Enfeeble, and we saw the power of Enfeeble versus a Gyrocopter. I think it was just yesterday, or maybe the day before.
Yeah,
it's all hazy.
We were also talking about
2 days ago.
Rapier, if you have a Rapier, who cares about the minus 120 damage?
It's over a third of your Rapier. I mean, it's significant, but you're right. If you have a Rapier, it's not the end of the world. And Rattlesnake, it should be said, they have a Gyro. They're on the dire side. And looking at their lanes, it could be an offensive trailing Juggernaut. I mean, they'll go for the puck here, so looks like a Gyrocopter safe lane versus the Magnus. And that's a lane the Gyrocopter can do quite well in.
I don't think it's a Gyro safe lane. I think it's a Gyrocopter
mid.
It could be mid. No,
he doesn't do well.
Park. Mid should be Park. The tri lane should be Gyrocopter. Wait.
What's a Juggernaut do against a Magnus?
Yeah,
though?
what's a Juggernaut going to do?
I think it's a Gyro safe lane. I think it has to be because otherwise Magnus gets free farm. Juggernaut does nothing.
Juggernaut off lane.
You do? Just a solo Juggernaut off lane.
Oh, it's gonna be a Juggernaut in the tri-lane with Shadow Demon and probably the Nyx Assassin. Yeah, I think that's the tri-lane and
Aha, I was right.
Yep, you were right. I got kind of confused because Kabu was playing the Juggernaut.
I mean, I think the Juggernaut solo can work, but it's just when you're up against an offlane... Well, it's actually not even an offlane Magnus. It's a mid-Magnus and an offlane Queen of Pain, so I think LGD have even predicted these lanes and are saying, if you send your Gyro safe lane, we're going to punish him. But with that being said...
Very good lane placements by LGD if they're expecting the safe lane Gyrocopter.
That would be 2 games in a row if that's the case. Very smart lanes. On the side of Rattlesnake, we have Lamb playing that support Shadow Doom. We may have a level 1 clash in a moment.
Something's going to happen
Shall
here.
wait. Gonna spot things out, and then he'll run away. Leshrac has good base move speed, but he'll get caught anyway. And this is a long way to dive. I'm not sure they want to do it. There's your Dragon Tail. Stuns out the impaling, or want to be impaling Sag. Saves the fight. I think that was a very risky dive anyway, but especially with that stun, not going to go in. So, to finish introducing Rattlesnake, we have Lua going to be playing the puck. We have Icy on that Gyrocopter, Kabu on the Juggernaut, Sag on the Nyx. And are they still going to go aggressive tri-lane? Yeah, it looks like they are.
I think they will still go. And for LGD, we have Syla on the Dragonite. And we have Shell 8 on the Leshrac, not the Dictator anymore. And we have Long DD on the Bane. And for the mid lane, we have DDC on the Magnus. So it's not Yao Magnus, it's gonna be Yao Queen of Pain on the off lane.
How can you have Yao on your team and not run him on Meg? DDC has some big shoes. Big shoes to fill.
DDC played a good Queen of Pain just now. Why? Probably they think his Queen of Pain is not good enough. Jokes.
You know, maybe it's less that... Maybe it's just more that, yeah, DDC is not as comfortable in that Queen of Pain as Yao is. I'm not sure. But like you said, he played a good one, so... Well... We certainly know Yao's comfortable in Mag. That can't be the reason.
Yep.
So that being said, Winter, looking at the 2 lanes here, we have a Rattlesnake tri-lane that can...
They switch up their lanes. Puck went top and Gyro is
smart.
Middle.
They can't lane their Gyro against Queen of Pain, so they have to make the switch.
But the Puck is gonna have a hard time regardless because the Queen of Pain already has level 2 and he reached to the lane late. He tried to pull one wave of creeps. I think that was the best decision he could make in the situation
he's
in
used
right
his
now.
orb. Yao's gonna go in, throw out a Shadow Strike, not gonna commit to anything just yet, but it's hard. Using your orb to try and farm the wave, of course the downside is then Queen of Pain says, great, You're level 1. I'm gonna come and make you very unhappy. That's exactly what Yao did.
He is very sad already. He's already down to almost half his health, just with one Shadow Strike.
As for the bottom lane, I guess my question is, I think they could kill Sylar if they catch him with Disruption at level 3. Disruption, Soul Catcher, Impale, and then Blade Fury. There's no way to disengage. I mean, you have the Bane Sleep, which gives you a 1 second of invulnerability. I don't think that's enough.
You can dodge the Impale with that.
But that's pretty hard to pull off. I mean, that's a little bit risky.
Oh no, he's not finding the sentry ward, but he found the ward behind.
But he won't find the sentry blocking the camp. This is a pretty common spot.
It's taking him quite some time to find it. I think he'll find it still.
I mean, this is a spot that we've talked about on this stream.
Yeah, he has to go exactly right next to behind the trees to... actually, you don't need the tangle, but...
We've talked about this quite a few times on the stream.
Yeah.
If you sit, what is it, right here? I think it is. You could just see through the...
Yeah, this spot, yeah.
Oh, it's over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, they'll go in with the Disruption. Soul Catcher here. Shall wait. Will he hit the Blade Fury? If he does, he's dead. But no Blade Fury just yet. Not even going in, just driving Chao Wei off. Now he'll go. He's got the distance. He's found the range. He has boots already. There will be your sleep. But Chao Wei. Oh, he finds the splitter. Still the first one to land. What a play by Long DD with the sleep there. It was late, but it was in time. And while that's happening, I'm looking at top lane. I'm looking at Lua. Maybe about to give up a kill of his own. Yao looking for that kill. There will be a phase shift. I think he could go in now, but he doesn't want to risk dying when he's got such a good start in this lane. So he will back off. And now Sylar went to shop by himself. There will be a sleep on that Juggernaut, but it's stolen wisely by Lamb. The Soul Catcher is here on Sylar, but it's only a level 1 Blade Fury. Instead, he sees Long DD. He dives in. He's not going to commit to it, though. If that's a level 2 Blade Fury, he could have killed either hero, but instead, he'll play it safe. He'll back off.
Yeah, the top lane, you were talking about Yao playing safe, he blinked backwards, but I think if he blinked forward, he would have died. I think it was a very good decision because Puck had level 2 already off cooldown. If he blinked in, Law would have used his wave on him, and I think Queen of Pain would have been dead by that.
I suppose if he hit the Shadow Strike, he could have gotten the trade anyway, because the level 2 Shadow Strike would have killed the Puck as well, even with one more phase shift, but when you're winning your lane like this, why take the risk?
It's not worth it.
Puck out.
And bottom lane, it was big play by the Bane, and not to mention Xiao 8 landing his stun as well at the end of that.
You were going nuts, Winter. You like that good support play when you see it.
Yeah, it was such a good play by them.
I mean, it wasn't just Xiao 8, of course. A lot of it was Long DD there with a very timely sleep. And it was right at that point where Kabu said, alright, I've got this kill. I'm getting ready to run away after I get it. We'll see a Disruption. Now going in for the Impale, but once again, the sleep is there to allow them to disengage. Kabu taking some decent damage, and now the mana burn along DD, who's been a thorn in their side, but unfortunately, he's only got 1 clarity left, so he can't really rely on that sleep too much. The one downside to Nightmare, it's very expensive. 165 mana.
Yeah, it's one of the highest amount of mana for level 1 spell. I don't think there's any spell that uses more mana at level 1. I can't remember though, but it's one of the highest.
And the thing is, it doesn't really... I mean, it scales alright, but supports are always going to juggle it, so there's really no point to leveling it up, but that's why you wish it was cheap at level 1. But, Winter, we've talked a lot about this bottom lane. Top lane going for the Queen of Pain, but not as heavily as you would think. 18-2 for her, 15-4 for the Puck. Mid lane, looking pretty even. DDC get a little more CS, a lot of denies on our Gyro, so Gyro does quite well against Magnus. This shouldn't come as too much of a surprise, but good to see for Rattlesnake. They had such a bad start in the lanes. They have to be feeling better that at least they're getting something this time around.
Yeah, the lanes are going out not so bad, not as bad as the last game, but Shell Demon plus Nyx Assassin is not the best dual combo you have in the game. I felt if they had something stronger, they would have dominated the lane more.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted that mid-game pressure. They wanted to pick up the Nyx, and maybe were thinking it would be a solo and then changed their mind. Said it would be part of the tri-lane, but obviously the trade-off will be they have a Nyx, so come mid-game, it will be frustrating. There will be a dive on Luo. I don't think he can actually go for this. Maybe he can. The orb is here, the silence is here. Yao's gonna have to be careful.
Will go for it.
Oh, yeah, he should not have gone all the way in, so good thing he didn't. He would have been dead if he tried.
Oh, mid lane, the Gyro just used his ultimate.
It's what, is it a 1 minute cooldown? 55-second cooldown? It's fine. I mean, just use it to push.
Yeah, use it to push and control the 6-minute rune.
Unfortunately, the rune's top. Good thinking, though. I actually like that from Icy. Because right now the lane's at their tower, so there's no way there's going to be a clash bottom. So he uses that, but even if he had a TP, it's not like LGD is going to fight them at their tier 1 this early, so might as well.
Yeah, they are putting a lot of pressure on the Dragon Knight. He only has 20 CS at the moment, but it's sort of the same with the Juggernaut. He's also at 20. But I think so far it's not too bad for them, even though it's about the same CS of both of the carries at bottom lane.
As far as golden experience, it's pretty much dead even. 400, that's just your first blood really for Rattlesnake, and experience-wise, dead even. So, as we head towards the mid-game, I would say both teams have their openings.
Oh, top lane. I think Law could... Oh no, he's gonna get out.
That's a level 2 Shadow Strike. I'm not sure. He's gonna have to phase shift the next poison tick. Can he? No, he does. No, actually, I guess he'll be okay with the Tango.
He's fine, I think.
Without the Tango, he would have died there for sure.
Yep, but I think even though without the Tango, if he just times the phase shift, should be fine still.
Well, if you don't time it correctly, then you're in trouble. Didn't even try to.
Mid lane, they are gonna try to smoke gang the mag. But I'm not really sure whether they have enough damage. They have to get everything on.
DDC doesn't seem too prepared for this one. The Soul Catcher will hit, the Impale will follow, the cooldown is there. Oh boy, do they ever have the damage.
They barely had enough damage to kill him.
Yeah, but the missile was following him, so I think he was gonna die anyway, because they could have gotten another barrage off at that point.
Yeah, but they would have to dive for that if he was a bit more tanky, and it would have been risky.
On the side of LGD, one teleport scroll up on Yao, so maybe Yao, next time that happens, if you get an RP off, could sit around. But that's a big smoke gang for Rattlesnake, because if that doesn't work, that's a lot of free farm for the Dragon Knight. It's some free pulls for LGD. Instead, they get a crucial kill mid, and they slow down that blink.
Yeah, but I don't think Yao will be wanting to help his teammates that much.
He might be dying top. There is a Dream Coil. Oh, close.
I thought he might have dropped his Dream Coil.
If you drop the coil there and hit the orb, he'll go now. He's got another silence in 5 seconds. But Yao, gets the kill. Lua, who had such a buyback. Wow, he wants to get.
If he doesn't kill him, it's gonna be bad.
The scream hits. The scream hits. I think this will be it. Maybe not though. He's wanding up. He's bottling up. Everybody's coming.
I guess he should be fine. He's one more charge on the bottom.
Wow, you never see a buyback like that from a player like Yao, but he's still hunting. He's still chasing. He will find him again, and the Shadow Strike hits again. And now Luo might finally die to the neutrals. He could even deny himself here. He's thinking about it, but it's too late. Sag will show up. Can't kill off Yao by himself.
Did you say stop?
Even though he gets the kill there, I mean, that's expensive.
I think it's fine since he got the kill, but it was very risky. And mid lane, he just dropped an RP on the judge. Whoa!
DDC almost dying to the cooldown there.
Almost died, yeah, the second drop of cooldown, but Yao has to go back after that.
Yeah, so I mean, that's sort of what I meant, is he's missing farm time in the lane. He's missing, obviously...
Bottom lane.
Oh, Sylar. Eating Blade Fury as well as Soul Catcher. There is no Omni Slash. Kabu is going to get turned around upon here. And it looks like one more auto attack will be enough to bring him down. Absolute chaos descends upon all our lanes.
Yeah, he didn't have enough mana for Soul Catcher, I think. Yeah, he didn't have enough mana, that's why.
So Yao now back to base. He had such a good start in this lane. He is up in terms 10 CS, but with the buyback, barely ahead of the puck.
It was very good play by the puck when he killed the Queen of Pain there. You know, he dropped his AWP. He used his AWP first, then used the stun time from the Dream Coil to hit the AWP. It was very, very, very perfect timing there from the puck. If not, I don't think he would have gotten the kill. It was difficult there at the situation.
If you just drop the coil, Queen of Pain can just blink out of it, and even though she's stunned, I mean, she's going to be too far away to dive at that point.
He used his AWP first, then he used the stun duration timing from the Dream Coil to hit the AWP. That was actually a very good play from him.
Lamp's going to go in bottom lane, and even Puck is rotated for this. The coil only going to catch Sylar, or I think it would have been the death of Long DD, but he's able to get out. He'll drop the Soul Catcher. Oh, he's dead anyway. Icy banding up. It's just Rattlesnake Dota. Chaotic Dota. Everybody descending upon the lane, aside from our Nyx, who they've rotated top to give an early level 6. And well, not that early, but he'll get it soon. And Rattlesnake, this feels like the Rattlesnake we've been watching, Winter. As we'll see, probably another kill. There's your Edict. Gonna go through that Blade Fury. Actually does a lot of mixed damage, so Kabu forced back. Good play from Xiao.
I thought he was going to just stay close to him for the Omni Slash, because he had enough mana for it from the stick, after he used his stick.
I thought so too, but then, there's your Omni Slash with Sylar, but the missile comes in. They're baiting a little bit here. Now the orb to fly as well. Sylar dropping low, but it will be the Juggernaut who falls first, and now Yao giving chase. Icy, Lua on the run. I don't think he'll dive this tower with the silence online. That would be rather bold. He won't. They're actually doing all right in these fights, and they're doing it without DDC, because DDC is just sitting mid, trying to farm his blink.
He is only 600 away from it. 650, 700. Yeah, 700.
We'll go in on Xiao Wei. Helena Soul Catcher followed up by an orb, an easy kill to be claimed. Now your Queen of Pato. No, disrupted. Is that a new animation? I think it is. As Long DD, well, he's tanking Rocket Barrage, and when you tank that solo, you die solo. Yao, nope. Guys, a blink will blink away. Actually, not into the trees as I expected. The other direction at that. Here comes DDC with an invis, with a skewer. He'll skewer two. He'll RP. Actually, only hits one with the skewer, but does hit two with the RP. Queen of Pain missing her scream. Now DDC forced to chase, but a blink in. A defensive disruption. There's your Shadow Strike. Everyone's respawning now. The coil is going to hit on two. Yao, because he didn't hit that scream, is going to cost his own life, as well as DDC's. Oh, what a crucial blunder. DDC on the run. Can he live? He's got a skewer in 8 seconds. It's coming soon. There's no mana for Impale. He may be okay.
No mana for op.
Yeah.
No mana for op.
Oh, he realizes that he'll even turn around.
He still wanted to drop a shockwave there. If the Nyx went back and used his Sprite Carapace, he's dead. Oh my god. I can't believe he did that. He got away from that.
That was just vindictive by DDC.
I think his teammates will be very mad if the Nyx managed to spike Carapace there.
LGD seeming a little sloppy in these fights. I mean, some of these are just great plays by Rattlesnake, but that fight, Yao just thought he had the scream range there, did not, and he almost cost them 2 kills the other way.
And it was also a great decision for the Shadow Demon to disrupt himself instead of disrupting the Magnus there, because the Queen of Pain right click was coming into him. If he would have disrupted the Magnus instead of himself, he would have died.
Yeah, I think Lamb has been the most impressive player, just the most solid player overall for Rattlesnake over the past few matches that we watched them. And it's impressive because when he was at TI2, we saw him playing that carry role, so showing himself to be every bit as versatile as some of the other top players in the Chinese scene, like Xiao Wei and YYF. Oh, maybe not quite as good, but certainly similar in terms of his versatility.
Yeah, to be a top player, you have to understand all the different roles in Dota, how to play it. If you don't understand the other role, you can't play your role well.
You have to get along. You have to know how to work with them.
Yeah.
Well, looking at gold, looking at experience, it's a slight lead for the Radiant, but nothing overwhelming for LGD. They'll actually smoke up and head towards mid. They have their feed script, and they
did they just smoke at the ward? There was a ward there.
Top tower is under attack.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's a pretty common ward spot when your tier 1's already down bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, if the tier 1's up, you don't have to worry about that ward generally, but...
I wasn't paying attention, but because I'm not very sure if they smoke there.
They did place a sentry over here, but that's for the Nyx, I think, so yeah.
Probably, I think if they get gang, it's maybe... if they get gang, means they smoke out of range.
Oh, the smoke will wear off, Long DD, at just the wrong moment. The worst possible moment. Here comes the Dream Coil. Catches 3 on the side of Lua. Now they're going in. A nice defensive sleep, but the missile will hit anyway. Icy manning up. But there's your Brain Sap. Keeping him alive, and on the backlights it's Yao. Throws out the ultimate. Juggernaut splashing through, but it's a level 1 Omni Slash. The RP canceled. Now the feed script. Where's that RP? He can't get it off. He'll skewer away to safety. It was a really short range skewer at that. Now the defensive disruption.
RP and Blink.
Yeah, Blink RP catches out 2, but eats an Impale at the same time. Icy on the run. Another Brain Sap. Look, he's suddenly up to full HP. Stun on 2 by Xiao Wei. A total team wipe. A total turnaround. So a couple big things there, Winter. Long DD almost dies twice, but Brain Saps comes back to full health, and then the Magnus skewers away. It was even a short skewer, but lives on about, I don't know, 100 HP, then comes back in. Blink RPs, turns the fight around. And the other nice thing was the sleep by Long DD. Evaded a decent amount of initial damage from the call down, and then able to live and turn the fight around.
The Queen of Pain's ultimate wasn't impressive there. He only hit 1 hero. I thought he would have waited a bit more to hit a better ultimate, but his teammates made up for it.
And it was the Juggernaut too, so I mean, then he goes Omni Slashing, and he doesn't really care too much about eating that Queen of Pain ult. Yeah,
but you have to try not to die that much. Kabu is dying way too much. He's not a clockwork now. He can't afford to die that much.
Yes, especially in this game where Gyrocopter is farming alright, but I mean, Rattlesnake, they're never a team that has like a hard carry. Even if they pick a hero they always play them as mid-game heroes. And we're seeing that again with their gyrocopter. So, rushing the BKB, pick up the early bracer. He could transition into late game eventually, but they're going to need the Juggernaut to do some damage in these fights, and dying is going to delay any ability to do so.
How many games have gyrocopter pop up in all the Chinese match recently? I think it's almost like 80% of the games.
DK picked him once. Rattlesnake have picked him a few times. LGD.cn has been running him a lot as a support, and Brax has played him a few times as a carry. I think LGD.cn has actually picked him the most out of any team from China, if you count them as such.
A lot of attention from the Chinese teams, this hero.
It seems like not many of them are playing him as a hard carry, though. Most of them are using him just for his strong laning and early to mid-game aggression.
Yeah, he is one of the strongest laners.
Sag will charge in with his Spike Carapace. Actually gets the damage on the stun onto Xiao 8, but won't be enough to chase. Now they purge up Sylar as well. The missile chasing him in, but not going to dive, knowing that Blink RP is there. Just too risky. And LGD feeling confident. Going to look to siege this tower out. Sylar will chip away at it, slowly but surely working it down. Lamb will lurk in the trees. They'll need that Soul Catcher to bring Sylar down quickly, who is going for his Shadow Blade once again.
I think both sides are very afraid to engage, because if both the lineup of both teams is very good at counter-initiating. They have called down for Rattlesnake, and they have the Puck ultimate. If you dive into them and you don't kill them, there's gonna be 2 AoEs coming in your way.
Oh, there's your stun on Sag. Now the Blade Fury coming out, the cooldown doing nothing. I think they need to back, but there's a Fiend's Grip. There's an RP on 3!
On 3!
Queen of Pain ultimate to fly as well, and now the Flame Breath over the top. There's your skewer by DDC, busting out his inner Yao, but Icy will live in the end. He'll at least get that 1 kill. So Yao DDC, making that combo work. They kind of were airballing it the first time around with the Queen of Pain only hitting 1. The Mag ult's not really being the best at times, but now they nail it with both, and it hurts.
I was talking about just saying who initiates first will be a disadvantage, and they just went in and just died.
Well, in a sense, Rattlesnake did initiate first, right? Because Nyx came in, he impales, he throws out his Carapace, and then the cooldown was completely whiffed. So, without cooldown, Rattlesnake lacking damage. It's a big...
Yeah, I mean...
It's their main damage, I think.
Yeah, cooldown and the AoE spells from the Puck. If you don't get initiated on, those spells aren't going to do a lot of damage.
And LGD has some tanky... Even a Bane is a very tanky support, and now with double Bracer... Exactly the same build along DD that we've been seeing from all the CIS players when they play the Bane.
Bracer gaming when they are winning, and LGD in is Bracer gaming when they are losing.
Well, Bracer gaming is so good on Bane because he has Brain Sap. If you get off 2 Brain Saps in a fight, that's... I mean, it's a 1200 net HP change across the fight. You gain 600, they lose 600. Because it's pure damage, so it's not even reduced. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, they're going for a smoke now to further control and extend their lead. It's a very good decision by them, I feel.
Unfortunately.
They're in a lead and they should do this.
Unfortunately, is the smoke going to be dispelled? Oh, what luck. What luck. They're going to run right up the hill, not spotted out by Kabu or by Sag.
Icy should be fine if he just doesn't show his face on the lane. Oh, top lane.
They'll go in on Yao now. They need that stun to hit. The Dream Coil is there. Yao out of mana. Yao is dead. So we look towards mid. We look towards mid. There's a sleep to start on Lamb. Will they follow this up? The Blink Skewer by DDC. Not quite long enough, but they will kill off Lamb with the backline heroes. But the crucial kill, the Gyro, does escape. So a Queen of Pain for a Shadow Demon and for a huge smoke gank. I would even say that favors Rattlesnake, but now maybe they look at losing a tier 1 mid.
They even stopped
tier 2
of their TPs. Two of their TPs stopped because they were trying to save Yao, and they decided that they should just go for the kill in mid lane.
If they can get a tier 2 mid, it would be worth it, but it looks like they won't be able to get one easily. Sylar now has his Shadow Blade. He's picked up the Broadsword a long time ago. He's just finished farming the Shadow Amulet. And this is a great item. I mean, in general for map control, but especially against a hero like Nyx Assassin, Juggernaut, or Puck. These heroes, if they can use their abilities, are very survivable, but if they can't, they're actually very squishy. So I think the Shadow Blade could do tons of work in the upcoming fights.
Yeah, it also gives DK that initiating advantage, the more movement speed and the invisibility. But right now, I'm just feeling that LGD has to get a gem for the Nyx Assassin, and they're moving around on the map a lot without a gem. That's quite surprising.
I guess the one good thing is they're moving around a lot. It's pretty much been in smoke every time, so if you get dispelled, you know the Nyx is there. But the thing is, they don't even have dust. They have no detection.
Yeah. They have nothing.
But at least
all
they'll
right
know he's there and they can run away, I guess.
It's also because of the wards. You can deward everything and control the map. They see the DK walk past the sentry ward with the invis. They should know what's coming.
That DK, well, he's strolled in range of the tower now, so no surprises at this point. And they'll
Yeah,
work
they're
on
gonna
the
just
tower.
force the tower. They're gonna just force the tower.
Puck gonna throw out the orb. Tower will fall unopposed.
Dire's middle
And
tower
I
has
I
fallen.
feel like LGD really does have the stronger 5-man at this point.
Yeah, they definitely have the stronger 5-man, and not to mention the level advantages they have right now because they won the last fight. I don't think Rattlesnake can defend any of their outer tier 2 towers if LGD decides to just walk up to their door and just hit the tower. I don't think they can defend.
Yeah, once LGD is on top of your tower, how do you defend? Because once they're there,
Oh no, they see them. They're walking past the wall. They don't have a gem.
they're walking past an observer here.
Oh no, I think this might be bad for them.
But everybody's coming,
fine.
so maybe it'll work out alright. Rattlesnake, they don't see the rotation of Sylar. They haven't spotted hit. And
The gem is here. The gem is here now.
just in the nick of time. Long DD will claim that. And I love the fact that it's... I mean, all the supports are getting tanky for LGD. Now Xiao Wei, Ogre Club up, has BKB recipe. Xiao's gonna have his BKB soon. Once LGD get the BKB on the Lestrak and the Queen of Pain, your Dragon Knight maybe gets his drums, or, I mean, even his BKB, the Ogre Club perhaps, if he wants to go for it. LGD, can't they just start taking all... Can't they just basically take all the outer towers, place aggressive wards, and go Roche? And there's nothing Rattlesnake could do about it.
Yeah, except for speed pushing. And one of the reason I feel that the Nyx Assassin is not having such a huge impact because he's thrown to the support role. Usually when you see Nyx Assassin against Queen of Pain and Lestrak, he's gonna do very well, but this game, what he done in the game is very minimal.
Well, he's a tri-lane support, and it was an offensive tri-lane that went evenly. They didn't dominate the tri-lane. They did well,
Yeah.
but not amazingly so. And that really slows him down a lot. They'll work on the tier 1, the tier 2 bottom, slowly chipping away at it. Edict splashing through. DDC blinking. That's a bold
Dire's
move,
bottom tower
but it will
Fishing.
work.
They're still gonna go on top.
Rattlesnake, we're thinking maybe they'll just go Roche after this. I believe that was the thought process. Will they RP?
RP.
Oh, DDC.
Oh no, I heard the sound coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Sound effect.
He was shaking the ground. He was shaking his booty. He's even doing it now just to troll us a bit more. It's like, see, guys? See, guys? This is like look ma, no hands if you're riding a bicycle. Like, showing off that you could do it. And then you slip and fall. That's what usually happens.
I think he wants to show that who says only Yao can play Mac on my team.
I have top 3 control as well. Shout out to Huck.
Oh no.
Xiao Wei walks up the hill here. And there will be a blink in by Luo. Not really the best blink in. If they go in on this, that RP would be so good. And they're not going to. But Sylar
they're
is
gonna
now
fight.
going to punish them for their aggression. Yao jumps in. Nyx is dead. Can pop the Carapace, but he'll still eat a stun. And he's going to be on the back foot. The Impale only catching Sylar. The Brain Sap is there. Now a blink skewer forward by DDC. Not committing fully yet. Lamb going to die as well to that Queen of Pain ult. Here comes a hasted Sylar. Gets that initial stun. And with an RP, Luo will be dead. 3 down now. And either Roche or High Ground.
I think it's gonna be Roche.
Yeah, they're up at 20. Probably be Roche.
The Queen of Pain would have saved his ultimate if the shockwave didn't miss there. That was just a bit of miss from the Magnus. He missed 2 shockwaves already, like 2 kill shockwaves in the game. One was the Shadow Demon at bottom lane, and the other one was just now.
So they have their BKB on Icy. I don't feel like it does a whole lot this game.
They still want to go high ground. I think they're feeling they have enough advantage to do
They
it.
don't have RP. This is some serious cojones.
They don't even have shockwave. I mean the sonic wave.
Yeah, I don't think they can do this. No
Yeah,
mech, no pipe.
I think they are better off going for the Roche or going to farm all the lanes.
Or the
It's
tier
better-
2 top. I mean, it's
yeah.
still there.
They can't defend Rattles. They can't defend at all. They just run up 5 to the door of the tower.
Let's see what LGD goes for here, as they will rotate Yao towards the top lane. Looks like he's going to continue farming up that next item. And Orchid would be amazing this game versus
yeah.
Puck.
I don't think there'll be a mecha or pipe for them LD.
They're just going to all try and tank up. Seems
Yeah,
like.
because it's important for the Magnus to have a BKB in this game because there's a Puck and Nyx Assassin's fight Carapace. It's very important for him to make sure that he brings in and gets his ulti off. If he doesn't have a BKB, it's gonna be very risky because Waning Rift is instant cast. If he gets caught by it, it's gonna be very bad engage for them.
And Puck has a blink, so it's pretty much instant silence. I mean, it's what we see almost every game now for Magnus is there's either like a silencer in the game or a Puck or an Orchid carrier, and you just have to go early BKB. And I feel like the games where you don't, almost always it comes back to
There's
bite
always
you.
refresher silencer on the game now.
No, there's not always that, but yeah, there is sometimes. LGD are just gonna is actually mech up on Xiao 8, so Xiao 8 does purchase a full mech.
I thought he went for the backing bar. Oh wait,
I think
no.
a BKB would have been amazing on him as well, but he goes mech in the end. And now
Yeah,
they'll try to break the base.
He got an ogre card, then he transitioned back to the mech.
Casual Ogre Club. Looks good in your inventory. Makes you 90% stronger. They will pop that mech now. They still have some DK illusions. Tower's dropping fast. There's no glyph, so it is going to go down here. The question is, will there be a follow-up? Blink in by Lua. Silences to the Impale whiffs
the Impale
completely.
miss.
Now your Blink RP. That
RP
definitely doesn't whiff. Queen of Paynold, however, does once again. Yao just not quite hitting these ults. There were 2 BKBs afoot. Did nothing. Doesn't matter. 3 dead. More being chased back, and this is going to be Rax. This is going to be game, and this is the end of Rattlesnake. They controlled their own destiny in the G1 Champions League. They could have been first winter. They could have been the best in Group A, but instead, they're last, losing this game. And LGD International probably breathing some big sighs of relief. They will be advancing as 3rd place in the group. The team that gets a guaranteed spot at the LAN finals now, that is your Malaysian brothers, RNG Sports. They are going back to the G1 League finals. They will be going in as a 1 seed from the Asian qualifier in Phase 3. So congratulations, most of all, to RNG Sports, but also, of course, to LGD and LGD China, who will be advancing as 3rd and 2nd place in the group, respectively.
Yep. Good thing we have at least one Malaysian team there since we failed.
I mean, I feel it's very well deserved by Orange. They've occasionally looked spotty, but in their crucial matches this tournament, they have looked very solid. We saw how good they can be in the GEST Challenge, and I feel they probably are the most deserving team in this group. And outside of IG, I'm kind of feeling like right now that it's Orange and Zenith who are the 2 strongest teams in Asia, but that's online.